Hi friends, I hope that everybody's doing well. For those of you looking to connect more, maybe more often, I am on Instagram. My handle is at Gabriella Blue 44. My handle will be in the description for those of you curious. Sometimes I do Q&As on Instagram, so just a heads up. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. It looks like there's something new that you're starting. This looks promising. It looks like a solid beginning. A solid beginning. There's something that you're trying to maneuver through, and you may feel like you're at a place where rather than being stumped, you may have too many ideas. Because it's not just how do we figure out how to do this and I have no inspiration or no clue about where I want to start. You may have a lot going on, like I want to go this way and I want to go that way, and those two things conflict, and like which one is going to be better than the other. This is what it looks like here. So many different ways we can go with this. You may feel at times like you're not going anywhere, but you're going somewhere. I'm seeing you making progress here. Whatever this is that you've been maneuvering through, where you could be asking yourself, like, have I really done anything? Have I made any progress? I'm seeing that you have, but because you're still figuring out how to maneuver through something, you may not be recognizing that, but energetically, this is what I can see. You are making progress here, okay? So, if you were looking, it feels like a little pep talk from your guides here telling you that you are getting somewhere. Okay, so we are climbing up onto a decision that needs to be made. Something you've been considering, something you've been prioritizing, trying to figure out, maneuver through. Yeah, you could have been potentially putting something off, and then things happen in a way where like you have to make a decision right now about this. I'm seeing something happen very quickly where a decision hadn't been made and now you have to make a decision. With the Tower, this seems like something immediate, because with the Two of Swords, they can be kind of sometimes an energy where we've been procrastinating something, like I don't want to make the choice. With the Two of Swords, we already know what choice we want to make, generally speaking, but we may not have actually done that yet. Initiated whatever that is, action-wise. With the Tower, though, it looks like we have to make a decision now because something is happening where you're going to have to go one of two ways. Things will move quickly during that period. You may have wanted more time with this, but there is no more time, is how I'm seeing it. Yeah, it feels kind of like you're in a position where you have to do something, and you could have been really fretting doing this, like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to make this choice yet. I know that I've been putting it off, but I still don't feel ready to do this. And the Tower is here showing up and being like, you got to do something. We need an answer from you now. You can't just sit there and do nothing. Or maybe you will, and that's your decision, you know, because that's a choice too. And I'm seeing that, like, when this Tower comes through, there's a notion of you being in a space where you may feel worried about something, and this could have also highlighted to you, like, how your anxiety about this issue has really been putting something off for you, or having you feel kind of subdued to the point of you being inactive when you know you're meant to be taking action on something. I want to get further and see, though. I feel like we're talking really generally here, and I want to get to the main course of this. We're in appetizer energy right now. Yeah, you're seeing clearly that something was really worrying you. It does feel like there was some sort of pressure situation that you found yourself in. This could have also had you realizing, too, how you were handling a situation, how you were attempting to manage a situation, and maybe doing so ineffectively to be putting something off the way that it appears you had been. Because it does feel like a sense of wanting to avoid something as long as possible. Once you move through this process, it's going to feel like an alleviation for you. Like this is something that you can kind of put in your toolbox to use again. Because what I'm seeing is that no matter what the physical circumstances are for you, there's a lot here that's connected with like your emotional space and your psyche space, and how that's affecting the choices that you're making or not making, or wanting to put off and avoid. And I'm seeing something happen where you're kind of forced into making a decision. You're forced to do something here, or to sit in inactivity. But something has to happen or not happen, and then you just have to kind of sit with that and let that be. And I'm seeing you, after something happening where the Tower isn't necessarily a comfortable energy. It's Mars, it can be aggressive, it can be a jarring experience that we have, feeling like, no, but we can't really stop it from happening. It's just going to, because it's here to rebalance. This actually allowed you to see something that you needed to see about what was going on more deeply within you. So it's kind of holding up a mirror to you within this situation and giving you more perspective and understanding how you were feeling. And maybe you weren't understanding why you kept putting something off, or why you didn't want to make a decision. And now you're able to see like where that was coming from. So this is giving you deeper insight as to what was going on with you. So it's a revealing experience, something that's bringing more awareness, more self-awareness, which helps you get kind of to the catalyst of what this is and work with it, so you're transmuting the energy. Yeah. Worried about something within your physical environment? There's an attachment that you have to something, and you may not have wanted to part ways. But the Tower comes, so you may not have, something may have like actually been taken away from you, or you may have been separated from something actually. What's interesting is that it seems like before the tower happened, you had a choice, but then the tower happens and you don't have, it's like the tower makes the choice then, not you necessarily. So you may have like had more of a say on this, but then too much time, for lack of a better word, too much time passed and then something else needed to happen. Because the tower is like a rebalancing universally of a situation. So it's like you need to make the decision by 5 o'clock today. And because the decision wasn't made by 5 o'clock, then the universe gets to make the choice. And I'm seeing that's what happened here. To have Capricorn has been popping out a lot in the readings. The devil specifically has been popping out in the readings of today. And so there's a big focus on the things that we have attachment to, the things within the world, the worldliness. What the devil represents is our attachment to things that are finite. They're things that only exist within this physical realm. That when we exit this physical realm or when we transcend, we can't take those things with us anymore. Like things that connect with our body physically. So yeah, there may have been something when it comes to... I've been getting a lot of like MC vibes from the devil lately. This can be stuff that has to do with career, stuff that has to do with your physical resources. This can be an attachment to a relationship, to a person, to substances, really to anything. Anything that's not being moderated and anything that you feel like you are using to find a sense of balance or to use it as a vehicle to try to ascend, but it's something that is like an instant gratification sort of deal. And so it's never a lasting thing. And it can be like different for each person watching this. For some of you, it may be like codependent relationships that you lean on. It may be attachment issues. It could be avoiding certain things. It could be overindulging. It could be underindulging. Whatever it is for you, the devil is something that's not being moderated, and it becomes such an obsession that it starts like kind of ruling your life. Because we're making such a big deal out of it. It becomes a thing. And it becomes our center focus. And then we attach so deeply onto things that are physical for us that we kind of lose ourselves within the process. I will say this too, you can know all of this stuff. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. You can know all of this stuff and know that you have attachments and know that you have addictions and stuff like that. And this can still very much be a real struggle that you're going through. Psychologically, intellectually, you may have complete awareness of that. That doesn't change what's going on chemically for you. And so it doesn't make it any less easier. So that's also something to be said too. You can be going into something and being like, I know that this isn't a good situation for me, or that this isn't a good habit of mine, or that this is extremely unhealthy for me, what have you, and still be going back to that. This is going to be a very difficult habit to break. And I'm seeing there be like a lot of pain and anxiety and fear that's connected with like what happens if I lose this thing because I'm so attached to it. And I associate part of my identity with this, part of my human with this. And this can be something that's deeply entrenched in the ego too. Like, for some of you, it could be like an addiction to coffee or something. For others of you, it could be an addiction to like your job or the title that you get. With some sort of identity that is very much connected with the ego. So it can be so many different things. And in unexpected ways as well. I do keep seeing the Queen of Swords over and over and over again. I'm seeing that you are finding answers. Yeah. So, this thing that had been worrying you so much, it looks like you're making progress maneuvering through this process. So this isn't the beginning. This feels more like we're getting closer to the end of a situation. But with the Tower, maybe something dramatic happened. Something explosive even. Yeah. With the Devil and the Ace of Cups, it's using something as a vehicle to get connected, but the vehicle, it's kind of like a temporary vehicle. Like, you using whatever this is that's connected with the Devil and the Ace of Cups, it's kind of like it will take you to the destination that you want to go, but because of the particular vehicle you're using here with the Devil and the Ace of Cups, you only get to stay there for like 2 hours and then you have to go back home. So you can't stay there. However, if you were using a different type of vehicle, you could stay at that location. It's just the way that you're going about doing this is why you keep getting sent back, essentially. And I think you're tired of doing something that's not working for you. Because that could have been enough for you. Before you could have been doing this, you could have been using this vehicle and being like, well, it gets me there for 2 hours and 2 hours is better than nothing, so I'm just going to keep doing this. And now I'm seeing you get to a spot where I think that you're overcoming this, actually, where you want to be able to stay there longer, and so you want to figure out the way to do this where it's actually going to last for you. This is feeling so reminiscent of like Ram Dass's journey when he spoke about taking LSD and shrooms and stuff, and how he like got to this space when he was high and he was trying to figure out like, how do I stay there and not have to keep like coming back, grounding back down to earth, and about like his whole process of the vehicle that he was using and why he kept like having to come down and trying to figure out like, why does that keep happening, and like, is it possible to stay up there? So yeah, there is something that you are utilizing, but again, because the Devil's here, it's like you are doing something, but doing it in a distorted way. And so it's very temporary, whatever this is that you've been utilizing to connect ultimately with the light, because the Ace of Cups is here. So there's this sense of connection, and like when you've been using this, whatever it is, and again, it can be like a relationship, but it's something that is being like misused. It's a temporary vehicle. We can just chalk it up to that. So you keep getting, again, sent back. But I'm seeing you get to a place where you're like, that's not good enough for me anymore. Like, I want more. I don't feel satisfied by this, like, very temporary, fleeting feeling. And so how am I going to get connected with something deeper? And it feels kind of like you're opening something up here that, like, you care enough to invest in whatever this is, or to look deeper. I'm even seeing a pot that's had a lid on it that maybe you hadn't been ready to open, and now I'm seeing you lifting it off of there to see what's going on, and there are answers that are being revealed to you. The Devil can also be, like, it doesn't just have to be substances, it can be like anything that you're doing with your body that's coming through. But again, it's something temporary where you feel like you can only be there for a minute, and then you get, or for a span of time, and then you kind of get pushed back into reality. It's like you go up and you go down. I'm seeing something very nostalgic coming up for you. There's something about the way that you used to take care of yourself. For some of you, I'm also picking up a feminine figure. This can be, I'm getting something specifically about a mother or a mother figure. I'm hearing, you know the way, you just have to stop fighting yourself. For some of you, there's something about a feminine figure that you're connecting with or connected with. This is somebody deeply connected with your history. I even get the vibe of you having known this person since childhood. It feels like something about the way that somebody like took care of themselves, and I don't know if like it was because they taught you how to take care of yourself or if they were just the model for you and so you learned from them. But there's something here about that relationship and you feeling at odds with yourself and this having like an effect on you presently. Because I'm even getting something about like you knowing deeply how to take care of yourself and how you need to be taken care of and how to show up for yourself within your life. But there's still something that's like a fight that's going on. And for some of you, you can actually be still at odds with this feminine figure within your life, but I'm also seeing this come back to be connected with like your own relationship with yourself. So even if you're seeing this mirrored as an external relationship, this is also something that's going on internally for you, connected with your feminine earth energy. But I'm also seeing Leo pop out here, which seems significant. Something even feels like it's a difficult battle or fight that you're fighting. But I'm picking up on a really stubborn energy here, where you may feel kind of like you're, I don't even know, two objects that are coming like head to head but not really wavering. So something from the past is popping up for you. So here's the thing. You know what you need to do for yourself and how intuitively you know how to be showing up for yourself. There's not an issue with that. But it does seem like there's something that you may be fighting against or struggling with. What I get the feeling is, though, that like you know what you need to do for yourself, and there may be something in your life that is feeling like an opposing force to you. And so that's why this takes even a tireless effort on your end. Now, I'm hearing dispatch. Now, I'm seeing there be some sort of conflict, and this looks like now it's tying into something going on. I am hearing drama between you and another person, and I'm seeing somebody like come through while things are still not resolved to make an offer. This is somebody that you know. I do get the feeling of you've been at odds with this person. You could have felt too like they were like maybe too proud to apologize, something like that. And you could have also been in a space where you're like, well, I'm not backing down either. So now, in the midst of this happening, I'm hearing rumbling with the Five of Wands. Now somebody's coming through and making an offer. This, the way that they're presenting is very genuine, even though things are still a bit disturbed. They do want to start something with you. I get the feeling of like wanting to be back in each other's lives again, or like this person coming through and being like, hey, I want to hang around again or be around each other again. Something like that. Remember to relax your body too. You may be holding tension in different spaces, but doing it subconsciously. Just remember to check that. Yeah, somebody's coming through. I do get very strong energy of an apology or something like that, where they're like, I just want to let this go. I want to drop this. It's like maybe even somebody saying, I've recognized that I've been stubborn. Yeah. Yes, I'm getting words that are similar to stubborn. Bullheaded, I'm hearing. Yeah. This person has been reflecting on the conflict. I was hearing the word beef between the two of you. They've been thinking about it a lot, is what I'm seeing here. That's where this response, that's where this offer is coming from, because they've been thinking about this. I'm also seeing you not respond immediately to this. You may actually think about it too. It's like they spent time thinking about the conflict that went on between the two of you. Now they're showing up. It seems like you have a very, very strong past history with this person. And I'm seeing that when they come through, you may not actually give them a response right away, because I'm seeing you be like more private even about looking into this. But I am seeing you... It's like they can't come through and like metaphorically hand you a piece of mail that's gonna have like a letter written out on it. And I'm seeing like they put it in your mailbox rather than giving it directly to you, and you like wait until they get off your front porch and then you like go in there and look in the mailbox. So you're like privately reading this letter that they sent to you, but like not really letting on your reaction to this. I'm seeing you think long and hard before you take action, before you respond, if you're even going to, because it doesn't look like you've been talking to this person. Yeah, I'm seeing you thinking about what you're going to be, what you're going to do here. Because I'm also seeing you be in a space too where you've been working on... You've been working on your responses and working on taking action and wanting to do so deliberately. Like, this is important to you, because in the past, you may have just reacted to situations, and now I'm seeing you be in a space where you understand how valuable your energy is, and you also understand like the power of the energy that you carry, and also what it means if you are going to respond to another person. So you've been working on carrying your energy, executing your energy, and what to do when it's your turn to take action, and how to initiate that and do so in a way that you feel like you're showing up in the way that you want to. Looks like you're extending an olive branch back. There is an opportunity now that is very blatant. A possibility for this to go somewhere. But even though you know that's true, you may still be thinking about that. Like, what is that going to mean? Now that you know that something can spur from this, I'm seeing you wanting to, like, play every tape, like every trajectory of where this could go. It does look like a release is going to be connected with this, because you may be looking at it and being like, I've been holding on to some stuff that I could definitely stand to let go of. It's going to take some time. I'm seeing you come back to the initial issue that you had with this person, and you're looking into it, because that may have a big influence on what you do with this opportunity. I'm even seeing you feel like you want to sleep on something before you give this person a response. For some of you, this is something that's going to be upcoming for you. I'm looking at Mars, Capricorn, Leo, Virgo, Pluto. Yeah, this person comes through and they're proposing something to you after you guys have been fighting. So it's not just like, this is somebody that everything's cool with this person. This is somebody that you've had some sort of issue ongoing with this person, and I'm not seeing this be resolved yet. This issue is still abound, is what I'm hearing. And then on top of it, they're coming through and being like, hey, do you want to make peace? Or like, hey, do you want to drop this? I am seeing something like heartfelt coming from this person, but you may still feel a little bit stubborn. You may feel like they're still a little bit stubborn, although they are definitely extending an olive branch to you, is how I'm seeing this. And I'm seeing you be in a spot where you're like, I really need time to think about this. You may not even tell them that. You may just think about this and be considering this and be reflecting on this without even letting them in on the fact that you're even considering this. And I'm seeing you really want to look at this and be like, what do I want to do? What does this opportunity mean for me? If I do connect with this person, where is that going to lead? And I'm seeing something that, like, this is definitely worth you taking the time to really reflect on and really think about what you want to do, and to not feel rushed. Your guides are saying, do not rush into making a choice here with this person. You want to wait until you feel like totally grounded and at peace. You don't want to do this from, I'm not seeing that you're going to do this from like a riled up place, but your guides are just reminding you that you don't need to do anything about this situation until you feel like you're grounded and can respond. Because I'm seeing like you have a lot going on. I'm seeing you have a lot on your plate. It looks like, yeah, you look busy. And so you may actually wait until you feel you have more time to really think about this. And even like catch up on self-care or sleep, things like that. Because I'm seeing you be in a space where You've been working on making decisions that you feel confident about, that you can really like stand behind and feel good about those choices that you're making. And this feels like a moment where you're kind of rewriting and reframing things for yourself, where in the past, like maybe you would have felt a need to immediately respond to this or handle this in a different way. And now you're in a spot where you're like, I want to feel empowered by the way that I respond to this situation. Right now, I feel a little bit depleted. I know that I need some time for myself, and this is what it takes for me to be confident and for me to move within this situation. Okay, I don't want to get too far into the other side of this yet. Okay, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.